Darshan Clinic. I am Manita Pokhrel. Bhakti Darshan Clinic is a health show where we invite various doctors related to various special fields. So today we have a doctor from India who is Dr. Charudutta Pingale. He is an ENT surgeon and he is also the national guide of Hindu Jagran Janajagriti Samiti Goa, and he has been working in various spiritual research since last decade. So we are going to talk to him regarding what is the connection between the science and spiritualism, especially he being a medical doctor and being a researcher who has been working on spiritual field. We would like to find out the connection between these two different fields. So let's invite Dr. Charudutta Pingale. We would like to welcome him.
Namaskar.
Welcome to our show. First of all, I'd like to request you to introduce yourself as a medical doctor along with the spiritual researcher.
Actually, I am an ENT surgeon. I have done my post-graduation in ear, nose and throat at Nagpur Medical College, Government Medical College in India. And with time, I am attached to Sanatan Sanstha, our Guru Paratpar Gurudev, His Holiness Dr. Jain Balaji Athavale. He is also a renowned psychiatrist, and now he is the highest personality in spirituality, and with his teaching I turn up towards spirituality and now correlating this medical science to spiritual science.
Yeah, I think like we need a kind of enlightenment, I would call it enlightenment, to know about spiritualism and to believe that spiritualism or spirituality exists in our surrounding. So how when you came to know about the spiritual part of life, was it like when you were a student or medical student, or when you were a doctor by profession? So when was the turning point of your life?
Actually, initially in my childhood days, I used to heard about Ayurveda, that there are some part of treatment which are called as, which are based on Adi Bhautik, Adi Daivik, Adi Adhyatmik type of health problems. But I was unaware of the dimension of these things. When I was student of medical science, I was having always some questions that there are many such diseases or problems which one cannot found the exact cause, so we labeled it as a idiopathic health problem without diagnosis of any known etiology. So I was having always a question in my mind that what can be the cause, why we are not able to diagnose such patients. But with time, when I studied about the definition of health, so it was an interesting story how the concept of health has been developed by WHO. Initially, they used to label as that physical well-being of a patient is health. So what used to think about that, if you are physically fit, then you are healthy. But after a few years of progress in medical science, they realized that only physical fitness is not 100%. A person visible external 100% fit has some other problem. So they enter the second dimension of health, that physical and mental well-being of a patient. Now the concept was that one should be healthy physically and mentally. But again, after a few years, they visualized some problem with their patients. The patient was mentally normal, physically normal, but when problem was there with his neighbor, there was quarrel. When he used to travel through bus or public transport, he has to quarrel with his neighbor. So they think that what is the problem now? He is mentally okay, physically okay. Then they have developed a concept of social health. You need to interact healthily with society. So third concept was the social health.
Okay.
Still, all these three dimensions were there. Still, they have observed that some patients, they have still some problems. and they are not able to locate or to diagnose the cause of those problems. So at last, the last definition of WHO, they have given the 4 dimensions, that physical, mental, social and spiritual well-being of a person is health. Actually, they have given us the definition, but they don't have capacity to give the details of spiritual dimension of health, because it lies in Sanatan Dharma, in Ayurveda, or particularly Nepal, Indic, Bharatvarsh, where the spiritual dimension of health is practiced since thousands of years. And in that way I realize that there is a deep connection between spirituality, health and modern science.
Okay, like we find that especially medical doctors believe in physiology and then anatomy. What we see is, like, even my experience is that I have interviewed more than 100 doctors in my, so only 80% or 80% believe that God didn't make human beings. It is a life cycle and it has to run. But I think like some 20% believe that God has created human life and God exists, or spiritualism exists. So in between this confusion, where the biggest debate in world is that one group of people say that God exists and another group of people say God does not exist. So you as a medical doctor, how had you perceived this human life before and after knowing spiritualism?
Actually, I think the confusion is in terminology only, because those person who says that God doesn't exist, they claim that there is a cycle going on. So one question we need to ask, from where the cycle starts? Sometimes they say it's nature, sometimes they say it's accident. But what is their label? We concretely call it as a God. So if they call nature, we call it God. And same thing, the cycle has initiated. So it's problem with only nomenclature only. But if you go in roots, some has to there to initiate that cycle, and that some is God for us.
Okay, science versus spiritualism is always a most debated issue. So as a student of science and as also a researcher in spiritual field and especially in health sector, what do you see, like what is the connection between spiritual life and science facts?
Actually, science and spiritual, there must not be any conflict at all. Mm-hmm. Because a child before marriage, a person after marriage, there should be no conflict, because before marriage he was alone, after marriage now he is with family, and after he is a grandparent, he has generation of, like that. Science is the initial stage, from where at the end of science you have to enter into the spiritual world, and the both things joined together has created this universe. So those who have conflict that something science is different and spiritually different, it is their ignorance. Those who are really a student of science, those who are really student of spiritual science, they will understand these are the successive stages and which are symbiotic to each other. So there is no conflict at all, because there is one question I used to ask: if I see in the sky and I am seeing some stars there, so are they at that position today? So one person who was student of science said, no, the nearest star is 4 light years away. Mm-hmm. So 4 light years before that star was there, which you are visualizing today. So what I am seeing is only image, not the real star. And what spiritual science says, that illusion is that what you are seeing is not truth. You are seeing illusion, maya, and truth is different. So science and both things are same thing. Even one of my physics sir, I asked, you show me atom. So he said, I can't show you, but after so many times magnification, some electron microscope can show you. So I asked whether what atom I will see will be real or there. No, atom is in continuous Browning state. So he is continuous moving. So what you will see is past position, but when you will see the atom, the real atom will be at some different place. So there is always question can be asked to the science student also and to the spiritual student also. But it's a matter of faith that you accept that someone scientist has seen the atom, someone has explored it. So there is existence of atom bomb, though we learn the physics, but we are not able to convert that science into practice and can create atom bomb for us. Like that, some saint have seen the God, they have realized, and we have to keep faith that that is true also.
Okay, let's enter to the topic of first specialization of yours, that is ENT surgeon. So you as an ENT surgeon, how long have you been working in this sector, and are you continuing your work with being connected to hospital or not right now?
Yeah, initial stages I was a lecturer in medical college. Thereafter I have started my private practice. When I was associated with spirituality, at that time I was practicing. Then when I was in ashram, I used to just see my patient within ashram only. Now my maximum work is donated for research of health and spiritual dimension. We have gone through many some case studies like that. What might be the causes of what might be the treatment for the idiopathic causes or treatment for the disease which have been not diagnosed by the modern science, and with the God's grace we have been benefited, and many of our patients, they have been cured. Now we are creating some curriculum about that, and our research meant for health and chant. It's a very easy type of our dimension. For a specific type of disease or some disease related with some specific system of the body, you have to support your medical treatment with chant, and dramatically you see the good results. Within short time of treatment, we are getting good results. So we are combining both medical and spiritual treatment, and we have got good results.
Okay. We also get confused in two facts, that we believe that those who are spiritual are automatically living healthy life. We also have another confusion that unless you are healthy, you cannot be spiritual, or you cannot concentrate on spiritual things. So what do you find, like what kind of connection is between spiritual life and like our physical life that we are living? How can we be healthy?
First I will try to elaborate what are the problems in developing countries. The problems, they are related with more sort of infectious or contagious diseases, waterborne diseases, environmental diseases, and in developed countries they have eradicated these diseases, and they are more facing mental sort of problem, stress related problem, class 1 personality problem. So there are 2-3 dimensions in the universe where different type of different things they are going on regarding health. What spiritually does, if a spiritual person come into a developing country and he has some he has gone through some infected water, he has drinking some infected water, so he has to bound to suffer that disease, because it's external and physical form, it's not related with spiritual. When you cross the physical body barrier, and when you are mental, intellectual or other sort of problem where the spiritual capacity counts, so you can sustain more with mental problems, more with intellectual problems, more with ego problems. You can handle many people with love and affection. Due to your love and affection, many people follows you. Even you can see example, suppose you can take a example of any prime minister few years back and see how many people following him now. But if you see one saint of that era only, you will see lakhs of people daily visiting his ashram and offering some donation voluntarily. That is because of his spiritual capacity. And on the grave of that prime minister, only the persons who are taking salary will go on the selected dates and give him salutes, no other person going there. So this is the capacity of spirituality. Spiritual persons, they are more healthy on mental, intellectual and spiritual level. And what are the physical attack, waterborne or contagious disease, they may occur because body is exposed in the same way to all attacks.
Okay, so you are the national guide of Hindu Jana Jagriti Samiti, which is in Goa. So what does this organization do? Please let us know about it.
Hindu Jana Jagriti Samiti is basically organization collecting Hindus. They are trying to unite Hindus. What has happened due to secularism and some other problems, dharma shiksha, dharma education has been devolved. A common man is not getting Sanatana dharma education, so that's why they are going away from dharma acharana. So what has happened? Normal health problem has increased, social problem has increased, nation problem has increased, and we can see a multiple problem in the society. Now when we are giving them dharma education, spiritual education, what happens? The citizens, they are abiding their life with dharma. So they are calm down, they have got love and affection with the society, they have got responsibility to their duties regarding their government or private job or with the nation or with the society. So slowly we are seeing that the society is going healthy, the nation is going healthy, people think about others, and if it doesn't happen, then just opposite type of situation occurs, anarchy occurs. Secondly, we are trying for a Hindu nation. We want a Hindu nation or dharma nation, because if we got a Hindu nation, then we will get protection for our Sanatana dharma. Sanatana dharma education can be given through every school, every curriculum to every person, and due to righteousness and dharma, the 5 cosmic elements will be favorable to the nation. Our nation will be a healthy nation, and it will guide to whole of the universe. Nepal and India, they have got the capacity to be a Vishwa Guru and guide the whole globe for love and affection.
Okay, so when both the countries are like already secular, how do you see the future of this nations becoming Hindu nation in future?
I think within short time the process will be reverted, because for example, what is meant by dharma and what is meant by secularism? Dharma, one aspect of dharma says that you have to do your duties. So obeying duty or doing duty is dharma. So Prime Minister has specified with some duties for progress of nation. If he don't do his duty, there will be fall of nation. A husband has specific duty with his wife, specific duties with his children, and specific duties with his parents. If a person don't obey his duty, then the family will collapse. As a citizen, you have specific duty with the nation. You have to obey rules and regulation. You have to go by constitution. If you don't obey, the society will collapse. So secularism will collapse the society, and dharma will protect the society, protect the nation. And for that, every politician and every citizen will have to go towards Hindu nation, because that will protect the nation only and society. So I think within short span, 3 or 4 years, there ought to be a process of going back towards Hindu Rashtra.
So you are optimistic about this?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good point. Like, you have also tried to connect the connection between these two countries in spiritual way. Okay, now moving on to like next specialization of yours, that is as a spiritual researcher in health related problems. You also told me about physical, mental, social and spiritual connection that needs to happen in life. What is being practiced in our health system? Like, we don't believe in spiritualism and we focus on physical, mental and somewhere social issues. So how should like health sector be changed or has to be modified in near future so that we get to see more healthy lives?
Yeah, basically modern science is trying to say that with our effort every disease or every health problem can be solved, but somehow if you see in Western perspective or in USA, UK or in Australia, what we are seeing that the day-to-day medicine, they are not effective in treatment. They are now shifting their paradigm towards Ayurveda, but they don't label it as Ayurveda because it's patent of this Bharatvarsh. Ayurveda. So they speak about herbal medicines. This chemical components basically is what is science. If H2 plus O is combined in certain circumstances, you will get water. It's a science. If you have got a cetirizine tablet and you have got a patient with rhinitis, and if you give a cetirizine tablet to a patient, then the study regarding the drug says that 50% of patient will be cured and 50% will not be cured. So according to spirituality, this variation will be there. But if medical science is a science, then they have to explain why 50% of patient only will be benefited and why not 50% will be benefited, will not be benefited. So they don't have any answer for that. So this type of drug trial, every drug trial says that more than 50 or 60% patient can be treated with these medicines. When medical science will reach that I have given this tablet and his rhinitis will be cured 100%, then only we can say it is science. And according to Ayurveda, or Sattva, Rajatama or Vata, Pitta, Kapha, that variation in human causes this type of difference in efficacy rate of a drug. Again, there are some drug trials has been going in different European countries for simple blood pressure problem. If somebody has high blood pressure, one group of patient they take medicine without prayer, and other group of patient they take medicines with prayer. And dramatically, we have got result that the patient who are taking medicines with prayer, they have got a fast recovery rate and good efficacy rate compared with the other.
Yeah, obviously. This is a much needed fact that we need to accept in today's world and today's context. We shall be continuing our talk, but dear audience, right now we are having conversation with Dr. Charudutta Pingale, who is from Goa. He is the National Guide of Hindu Janajagriti Samiti, and he had arrived Nepal few days back for Samaveshi Janidharan Karikram, which was organized by Shiva Sena Nepal, and we shall be focusing more on spiritual and physical connection of human lives in after commercial break. Right now we are moving to Welcome back after this break. You are watching Bhakti Darshan Clinic, and in today's episode we have Dr. Charudutta Pingale, who is the ENT surgeon and who has been doing spiritual research in health related problems in past few years, and he is also the National Guide of Hindu Janajagriti Samiti Goa, and he had been in Nepal since last few days for Aitihasik Samuhik Samaveshi Janidharan, which means the Yajna Pavita ceremony, and for that he had been in Nepal, he had arrived Nepal few days back. Welcome to you once again.
Namaskar.
Okay, Dr. Pingale, you came to Nepal for the event which was organized by Shiva Sena Nepal, which was and such an event which was beyond the caste or race or religion. Okay, so how do you see this event and how do you see the performance of Shiva Sena Nepal?
Actually, the present situation, no one can abide dharma in pure form. Actually, according to spirituality or dharma, this is an apatkal and apat dharma. And basically, caste creation is not a spiritual part. And in spirituality or in Sanatan dharma, there is no mention of any differentiation among all any people. Sanatan Dharma speaks of Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. I am Atma Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi, and Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. So basic thing is that Sanatan Dharma preaches that you have to first identify yourself, who are you, realize yourself, and realize the Virat Rupa, the expansive God occupying whole of the society. But within the time span, some evil they have been created. Caste system is not dharma based, or differentiation, sprishata, or these are not dharma based. So anyhow, you have to get rid of this thing, and Shiv Sena Nepal has taken a step in favor of this, and it's a good step, because in present state we need a united Hindu family of all Hindus to protect ourselves. Otherwise, the global situation is like that. If we don't get united, then neither we will be there, nor Hindu Dharma will be there. So to exist our Dharma and to exist our view, we have to get united, and this step is very good in that reference.
Maybe for that reason we Sanatani believe that Vasudeva Kutumbaikum.
Vasudeva.
Yeah, okay. So as you came to Nepal for Shiva Sena's event, I told that there was a Jani Dharan special ceremony where thousands of Batuk participated. So how was that event in overall?
It was a very good event in the sense that all of a sudden there was change in weather and it was raining. But the enthusiasm of the all Batuk and organizer was that they sustained with the bad weather. They sit down there, they have completed their ritual, and they have completed that Samuhik Janeyu Karikram, and it was a big step toward unification of Hindus, and it was really a very good event.
What might be the impact on society, which was the good initiation done by Shiva Sena Nepal? So what kind of impact do you see in near future?
That is only the unification at all levels of Hindus, which is the need of this hour, and that will be the only good and best impact.
Okay. Now let's talk about Hindu Jana Jagriti Samiti's event, or like its activities since last many years. How have your team or how have your members working for your goal or mission in India on outside India?
Yeah, actually we have arranged 5 National Hindu Convention in Goa, in which representatives from Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, they used to visit there, and we are thinking regarding the problem of Hindus globally. And in that convention, we have declared some declaration that India should be a Hindu nation, Nepal should be a Hindu nation, every Hindu should be protected, and they should get help from Hindus who are attached with this Hindu convention. Within India, we have started Dharma Shiksha Varga, that is spiritual education classes, Satsangs, Bala Sanskar Varga. We have trained some our seekers and Hindutwadis as a Vakta and Pravakta, those who represent Hinduism on TV debates, and they write articles regarding Hinduism. There are many intellectuals, those who are attacking Hindu Dharma, India, Nepal. They counter the attacks of these anti-Hindu peoples and put Hinduism and history of Bharatvarsh in a clear way in front of Hindus and our brethren. With this, we organize some satsangs. Even we organize Dharma Sabha, more than 1000 Dharma Sabha we have arranged. We invite some sadhu sant, some Hindutwadi leaders, the intellectuals working for the cause of Hinduism, and we have joined with 200 Hindu organization, and we work in 22 states in India with 3 countries, Nepal, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. And with this unification, now slowly the media is taking cognizance of our thoughts. Now they are discussing about Hinduism, benefits of Hinduism, and also they are talking about the Hindu Rashtra.
Okay. Okay. From your personal side, what are your future goals, especially being a spiritual researcher in health-related problems, as you are an ENT surgeon on the other side? So, how do you see your future task, or how have you settled your near future task?
Actually, our spiritual results, they have given us miraculous results. If any person who is a student of science, who has scientific temperament and attitude of doing experiments, if he does a single experiment regarding health problem which has been given on our website, certainly he will experience the benefit. Some people, they speak that we are student of science, but when we ask that you have to go for this experiment and you just do this chant or spiritual practice supporting with your treatment, they say no, we will not do it. So we will not do it is an anti-scientific scientific temperament attitude. So those who don't want to do experiment, how they can be called as a student of science? And the day the people started doing this experiment, they will be benefited, and certainly the book of modern science will be rewritten. There will be very much cost effective and costless spiritual remedies available with the people, and either purely spiritual or supported with modern medical treatment, they can go for treatment and have a healthy life and be happy in their life.
Okay, we believe in something only when we see the proof, or when we can feel or hear or like see the proof. But in case of spiritualism, what we find, like most people say that I haven't seen God, so I think I should not believe in God, or I don't believe in spiritualism because I have not felt it, never in my life. So this kind of feedback or compliments might be coming from various kinds of people in the world. So how can you make people believe in your spiritual research, or what kind of proof can you show to people?
I will speak with one example only. Suppose I have kept some sugar and I have told you that this sugar is sweet. If you ask me show the sweetness, I can't show the sweetness, but I can show you sugar. But if you want to experience the sweetness, I will ask you to test it. So sweetness is to be experienced and sugar is to be seen. Like that, God is to be experienced, and the scriptures or path of spiritual given by your master, you have to follow it. So in that sense, you can experience God. But what you see is always correct is a wrong statement. I see a sun rising in the east, but according to science, is it true or false? Because science says that though you are saying that sun is rising in the east, but sun is a static thing and the earth is revolving from west to east. So because of your revolution, you see that sun is rising from the east and setting in the west. So you are seeing, but that is also false. So these two examples, they are sufficient that everything you see is not true, and everything can be seen is not true. You have to experience something.
Obviously, in our conversation, our audience might want to know that they might have a kind of query in their mind that how a clinical life turned into ashram-based life. What was the incident that changed your life towards spiritualism or being a spiritual researcher?
Actually, being a student of medical science, I think that if I am a practicing doctor, I can see a 50, 60, 70 patient per day. But if I devote my time for spiritual research, and if some spiritual remedy and spiritual problem, they can be given to the whole of the population with grace of my Guru, because I am doing research under guidance of my Gurudev, Parapar Gurudev Dr. Jain Balaji Athavle. My one remedy can benefit 100 crores of people. So I ask you, which will be a more beneficial part for the society, and what should I accept?
Obviously the second part.
Part. So for the benefit of the society, nation and mankind, I have sacrificed my initial life and entered the ashram life.
How happy you are right now.
How I look, happy or happy?
Yeah, you look very happy. That's why I asked you this question. So now, what would be your message to all our audiences who are watching our program, and they were actually expecting a doctor, especially who live on their life with stethoscope and all the medicine prescriptions. So what would be your prescriptions to our audience relating health and spiritualism together?
I will only advise that you are taking medical treatment, it's okay. I will never say that you don't take treatment at all and you just go for spirituality. I will just advise one part, that you have to supplement your medical treatment with spiritual treatment, and you experience the result of that treatment, and then you will develop faith in spirituality. And some part that can totally be cured by spirituality, that will learn with time only. So you benefit your modern science treatment with spirituality, and that will be helpful for you for speedy recovery. And I pray to Almighty God that let everybody got a good intellect, pure intellect, to go for spiritual practice, supplementing their day-to-day life and modern treatment, and let them be live a happy, healthy life in future.
It would be much fruitful if you could give some tips to our public or audiences for a healthy life.
For a healthy life, you have to go for some chanting, because in modern era, the chanting type of meditation is the best remedy. Secondly, you have to offer prayer time to time according to your problems to the God, and you ask help from Him. Thirdly, your actions in day-to-day life, they must be with pure intentions. If you have impure intention and actions are good, still it's bad thing. If you have bad actions but intention is good, still it's bad. So good intention and good actions will make you more spiritually perfect person, a healthy person.
Okay, thank you so much. I think your short visit to Nepal in this past few days had become very wonderful. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much for this Bhakti Darshan TV, yourself, Manisha ji, and all the viewers who are saying thank you very much. Thank you, Nepal.
Thank you so much. The audience, today we had good conversation with Dr. Charudutta Pingale, who is the ENT surgeon and spiritual researcher in health related problems. He is also the national guide or saint of Hindu Jana Jagriti Samiti, which is in Goa, and he had arrived Nepal few days back for Shiva Sena Nepal's event, which was the Samaveshi Jana Dharan program, which was held last Friday. I hope we had try to give good information, and especially the information that was related to spiritualism and the physical life of human beings. Thank you for being with us. Keep watching Bhakti Darshan International Television. We would like to thank our entire crew, and I, Manita, would also like to sign off from today's show. Thank you so much for being with us. Namaste.